Dum dum dum. The chair. Yada yada. Just sitting on a fucking chair. Again in this fucking room. Pocket phone. What I got in here is the Game Master's Guide to Dragon Age Tabletop. There is a scenario in here, or a campaign, that I'm going to run tonight for a few friends. And it's called the All's Request. I haven't read it yet. I've seen some dude on the web. He did it with his party, and he is real good at describing stuff. He's just a real good speaker and all. So I figured, since I kind of got the whole outline of what's going to happen, I figured I'd give it a shot. And normally I never run it from a book. I always just run my own stuff. I just, go in there and just write up my whole entire campaign stories and everything, and rewards and stuff. But I figured I'd give this a shot, since I normally never do this. And I'm just gonna go over this book real quick. Probably read some shit out loud here. Just bored, trying to record content for no apparent reason. Just messing with the camera a little bit, make sure I still want to keep this camera. It's a pretty good camera. I like it. Let's see what the hell am I doing here? Reading stuff. Danish from Prologue, Part 1. Some shit. What is this? What is this? Wait a minute. I don't think this is the right book. It might be the other one. This is a Danish dungeon. Yeah, I don't recall a Danish dungeon. There's just more than one story in here. Part 1, drop it in the video. No. The Danish curse. Yeah, I don't think this is the right book. I'm gonna go grab the other book real quick. I got the second tier book too, but box. Laying there. Like to lay in the way, because my dog is in the way. Da, da, da. Okay, here's the other one. This is the Player's Guide to Dragon Age tabletop role playing. Nice art. People getting slashed in the face, but you know what? I'm not one of those art CFRT people that gives too much shit like, oh my god, great colored pages. I really don't care. Let's see. Casting spells, giant chick with boobies. Combat, playing the game. I don't think it's going to be in here. Learning spells. Start playing. Yeah, damn it. I'm pretty sure I saw it was inside this book, because I clicked on it. I clicked on it. Yes, I clicked on it and expanded the fucking file. And I remember seeing the valley and all that stuff. Was it somewhere else? How odd. Maybe it's another reprint of the book. Yeah, I'm not seeing shit in here. I mean, I'm seeing a campaign in here, but it's for fucking Danish curse or some shit. Let's see what this thing's called. Background, the Danish Curse, Adventurer's Summary. I didn't want to run that. I thought that one was called the All's Request. This is something that's super small and I'm not seeing it yet. The Lost Keep. No. Giant fucking spiders. Epilogue. NPCs. I do not see it here. It must have been a separate book or something. Oh, I thought I had that one here. I saw the PDF, and it was this book in the PDF, and I saw that in the back, because I remember flipping through the pages, and I remember there's a part, the second to last module there, that there is a hill with a giant gorge in it, and our guys have to go up in there. I mean, I got it all. I remember from memory, what I have to do. Kind of want some more flavor stuff to it. That's why I was looking for the shit, but I don't have it here. Huh. Well, let's look at this, the Danish Curse, and see what that's like. Goal fulfillment. Alright, the Danish Curse, I guess we're going to run. It's probably a monster one, because it looks like quite a few pages of this shit. Almost only a few pages. Alright, see, by this point you have read quite a bit about being a game master and run a game. Oh, enough to be a bad game master and run a game. What you have not seen, however, is an example of what Dragon Age Adventure looks like. This chapter presents an introductory adventure called The Danish Curse, designed for a group of characters just starting to make their way in the land of thieves. Yeah, whatever the fuck. You can play The Danish Curse as a standalone adventure or as the start of a full-flagged Dragon Age campaign. Either way, you should start by reading over the entire adventure and familiarizing yourself with its plots, characters, and encounters. You can reference the adventure during play, blah blah blah, so you don't have to memorize it, but you will find it easier to run the adventure if you know it well before the play begins. Text in boxes like this meant for you to read out loud and to the players, giving them all an overview of what their character senses and notices in the situations. Feel free to paraphrase or adjust the descriptions to suit the events in your visions of the adventure, or your versions of the adventure, and the particular player characters in your group. Warning, the rest of this adventure is meant for the game master only. Players are advised to read no further to blah, blah, blah. Okay, I just read a bunch of crap. It's an interesting book. The book kind of has like a how-to GM. That's I usually don't see that. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. The Danish Curse. Dun, dun, dun. It has a picture of this dude. Yeah, there we go. I feel like I'm reading a story somewhere. And then he huffed and puffed and blew that bitch down. Okay, adventure summary. In the Danish Curse, I blue liquid in the cup there is trying to make my mouth hold. In the Danish Curse, the player characters, PCs, that have in parentheses, visit a village called Vinter. Eintiver. Vintiver. Okay. On the borderlands of Ferelden and the Brazilian forest. There they find people of a nearby farm butchered by unknown attackers, and they find a wounded and exhausted Danish elf named Ishara. Ishara! Yeah, they got some interesting names here. I'm horrible with names. So we got a Danish elf, Ishara. Is it female? Who knows? When they ask Ishara to the village, however, they get a hostile response. What? When they take Ishara to the village, they get a hostile response or reception. Yeah, I guess I read that wrong or something. Let's see, they find a fucking place, a farm is butchered, and then so they find the chick, her farmland's been butchered, they grab her, they take her to the nearest village, which is at Vintifer, and they get there and they seem to not like elves, apparently. The reason for this soon becomes clear. It seems that a band of Danish visited Vintifer recently and got involved in a conflict with some villagers. The matter was settled peacefully and the Danish moved on, but Vintifer has since fallen prey to a series of mysterious attacks. First livestock and now people. They blame the elves, saying knife ears. They're saying the knife ears, as they call them, have placed a curse upon the village. So the Danish elves comes in, just starts getting fucked up. They come in, there's a dispute, Danish leave. A few days later, shit starts getting killed. They start thinking, the Danish elves must have done something, and that's why they don't like these guys. And they call them knife ears. That's I don't know, kind of silly. Knife ears. Odd name. I would have thought something else. like maybe like scrawny bastards or something, or tree huggers. Not knife eaters. Knife eaters. That doesn't even sound like like a put down. That sounds pretty cool. I think knife eaters. Yeah, that's right. I'll fucking stab you with my head. What are you gonna do? Serve bleed a lots. All right. Ishada, the Danish elf. Oh, I guess it's a girl. No, they don't. Yeah, she says. Here we go. Okay. Ishada, the Danish elf, the PC's hopefully rescued, tells a different tale. She says that the band of her band fell victim to something in the Brazilian forest, something terrible and evil. It was from which they barely escaped. She says that this mysterious evil that is now attacking Ventiver, but the humans are not inclined to believe her. Okay, so whatever the fuck started attacking Ventiver also attacked the Danish and pretty much fucked them up pretty good. And there's a big giant yellow orange thing that says characters death, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. I don't know what the hell. Okay, if they are willing to help the people of Ventiver, the PCs must travel into the darkness of the haunted the Brazilian forest. Fuck this Brazilian. It's Brazilian now. Right, Brazilian chicks. The Brazilian forest in search of a missing Danish elf and discover a source of the attacks on both peoples. The Danish hunters transformed into an abomination by a raged demon. He now calls himself Mytholin. Here's that little thing. Mytholin. Yeah, I was right. Mytholin. Child of Vengeance. We'll call him Merlin. So we got the Brazilian forest and we got Merlin here. The Child of Vengeance. In Elvish. Whatever the fuck. And seeks revenge on the folks of the village and the weaklings amongst their own people. The PC must confront the abomination and their choices leading up to the climatic moment and may have a repercussion, what the fuck that is, for the people living there. Getting the characters involved. Okay, so basically that was just a summary. So, elf in some farmlands, all fucked up. They take her to the nearest town. If they decide to rescue her, take her to the nearest town. Town's being all fucked up. They don't like elves because they think the elves are in charge of bullshit. They end up going to the dark forest, trying to find something. They find an elf abomination named Merlin, or whatever the fuck I said earlier, and then stuff like that, and yippee-ki-yay. Then it goes into getting characters involved, and then backgrounds, and shit like that. Yeah. Getting the characters involved. The Danish Curse is intended for a group of 4 to 6 starting Dragon Age characters with a decent mix of abilities to handle their various senses, combat, exploration, and roleplay. In this adventure, okay, it can work for larger or smaller groups or different balances of abilities with some modifications. Okay, the basic plot of the Danish Curse assumes that the characters are traveling in a group or through the village of Ventiver when they encounter the troubles there, and that they are inclined to help the villagers and the Danish with their problem. But why have the characters traveled into the hinterlands of Ferelden in the first place? Maybe they heard there was a pretty good bard over there. I don't know. The default assumption is that the characters recently formed an adventuring band and has come to an area following a word of a local band lord, looking for adventures and explores a Brazilian forest. and if it doesn't not fit the background and the motivation of the player, blah, 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 blah. I like doing it. Y'all wake up in a bar, and that's how we start. And then never leave the bar. Ta-da! And it goes on about trying to fucking make your story match with those things. All right. And next part goes into the story of the Danish Curse. Begins with just over 2 weeks before they start the adventure during the Winterfest Harris Festival and the annual. Okay, so they actually go into the whole thing about the festival that's going on where the elves are at the village and then everyone starts getting slaughtered. Da 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 da. I really don't feel like reading all this shit right now, or if not really on camera. Trouble in Ventiver. This man, there's gonna be a fuckload of parts. I just wanted the simple one. Yep. looking at stuff here. Part 4. Not that bad. It's a 4-module thing. It lasts about maybe 6 pages. Not too much stuff going on. It doesn't look too bad. It's a lot more than what I want to deal with. The other one's a lot simpler, I thought. There's an angry mob in here. Well then, what to do? Well, I can download and print the y'all's request and do that one, since I already know exactly what to do there. Or I can just go off the memory that I have, which should be sufficient. Just make up my own names. And there's that phone.